Hey there folks, and welcome back to the Gamer's Grotto. We're going to be continuing where we left off from yesterday, continuing more of the Vice cases. Starting up next, we're going to be doing the Naked City, and then Manifest Destiny, and then we'll start up on the Arson desk. So let's play some more of L.A. Noire. This is the PlayStation 4 remaster, the 4K remaster, and I am playing it on the PlayStation 5. Anyway, let's get back into it with more of L.A. Noire.
.187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
Got a stakeout
What's
down
with
on
that getup
later
of yours
tonight.
anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
Seem distracted.
We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what? That's life. We did our job.
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of L.A. forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
You.
Second floor, apartment 6, in the back.
Thanks. Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another. Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did.
Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with it?
Relax, Rusty.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead. Phelps?
Mal, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest.
Take a closer look at her head and neck.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly. Very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down, and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Don't think this is any use to us.
Can you get lost and let me work? This broad was built to be photographed, even if she is dead.
Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one. Looks like barbiturates. Barbiturates. What else is rattling around in this thing? We should speak to a doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster. This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look. There's been a modeling assignment. It's a place to start. Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog. I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pillbox, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry. I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson. You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
I think our work is done here.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
So this is one of my favorite cases in LA Noire. I feel like the facial animation in this case in particular is of top-notch quality. Not that it's not in all the other cases, but I feel like the actors themselves are more expressive in this case. And as such, that's not the only reason I like the case, obviously. I also like the story of this case. It's very twisty-turny, and there's
What
some
are we
really
waiting for?
there's some really interesting people you meet in this case. It's kind of a long case, but it is definitely one of my favorites, especially for the Vice desk.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to me.
I'm very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Code 6. The 56 at this time.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine?
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
The old boy is lying.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 cigarettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
And you were close?
We were friends.
What's up, man?
Hey there, not much. How are you?
I just returned from school.
Nice. So, are you still under a tornado warning? I'm pretty sure it was you who told me that.
If that's all, Heather's distraught. I probably need to get home.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get some from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
Bad cop.
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the
Always
Marines.
do good cop.
Why'd you let him off the hook?
People like it when you're
Him a
nice.
couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure,
I mean,
I'll pass it on.
That's not wrong, but then I wouldn't be able to solve any case.
Find out who was his last arresting officer. Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
No.
He's in that car at the lights.
You have to be a bad cop sometimes.
Oh, he knows. He's just joking. He's a regular from my friend Stu's channel. So
Actually,
Stu and I
maybe
both
don't.
know him. He's a good guy.
Whoa, back off before we get made.
Shit, I forgot
That's
that I
it.
was.
We're spotted. Back off. Back off.
I forgot that I was tailing him. That was dumb. I'm just like racing next to him.
Actually, you always have to be
That
bad
son of a
cop.
bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Not really. There are a few times where you have to hit
We
good
need to
cop.
find out who killed the girl.
Good cop. I don't know
Can you
why
pass
they
this on to
changed the
Bukowski?
text.
Have him check the place out and go through his records.
So the original LA Noire was Truth,
Can you
Lie,
also
and
have
Doubt,
R&I run the records on a
or Truth,
TV
Doubt, and Lie,
find
and they
out
changed
who was
it to
his
Good
last
Cop, Bad Cop, and
Have them get
Lie.
in touch via KGPL
I
when
don't
they have
get
some
it.
information.
Or accuse. Sorry, they changed it to accuse. I don't like the new text because it doesn't make any sense.
Well,
He's in
yeah.
that car at the lights.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a
Would
better
you like it if he was mean to you? I didn't think so.
Well, I don't do anything that warrants cops ever investigating me, so I'm Mr. Goody Two Shoes, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. So I would never have to come across an experience where a cop was smacking me around. Not that that's a thing
He's a
anymore.
criminal.
God damn it. Everyone's looking at us, Cole.
I love how he always gets suspicious. I love how he always gets suspicious of somebody getting into an accident.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
He's taking us to a pawn shop, if I remember correctly. I do have to say I love the composer of L.A. Noire. I can't remember his name, but he's a really good composer. There's a lot of very good game composers, actually. It's really impressive. Like, I in my opinion, video games are far better than...
Stop Dictator Trudeau from sending his brown shirts to stomp your face.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Trudeau. Let's not get political here. Let's just enjoy the game. But I do find that video games are better than most Hollywood movies. The writing's just a lot better in video games, in my opinion.
Hockey.
And, you know, I wasn't initially going to get the new Harry Potter game just because of... I don't really want to support J.K. Rowling after her transphobic bullshit. But I think I'm going to get the new Harry Potter game coming out because it looks fucking good. I saw the gameplay footage and holy shit, man. That game looks fucking good.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
There's gonna be a Harry Potter game?
Yeah, for PS5 and Xbox Series X. It's called Hogwarts Legacy, I think. It's a incredibly open world. It's huge, like huge. You get to explore all of Hogwarts, interior, exterior, the woods, everything. It's huge, and then you can even go back on the train to explore your actual home. And you can look up gameplay footage on YouTube. It's insane. It's really impressive.
Get political. Anyways, about J.K. Rowling and her politics.
Oh hush. I have no respect for anyone who's transphobic, homophobic, etc. This is the... Oh, no. No. Son of a bitch. I forgot he turns around there.
Yay, man, forget all of that.
Who turns around in the middle of a fucking intersection when they're walking across it? There's fucking cars waiting to go. You're just gonna be like, do. Oh, let's see if someone's following me. I don't want to... Can I skip this cutscene? No, I can't. Okay.
He needs money and fast.
Yeah.
Yet you haven't banned me yet.
Why would I ban you?
Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack.
I have no reason to ban you.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
I also don't ban people. I just silence them if they're being dicks. Because at the end of the day, I want all my other viewers to feel comfortable. And if
transphobe.
You're a transphobe, well, you know, you are what you are, I guess. I don't really need to know that.
Move in.
Like, okay, dude, did you see that? There's a car right in front of him, ready to run him over, and he just fucking look. I don't actually ever ban anybody. I just silence them, and then they think that they're banned for some reason. Which, whatever, it works. Hopefully he doesn't see me. Is he gonna turn here? Nope, he doesn't turn there now. What a sneaky fucking... What a sneaky fucking guy. Alright, buddy, where you leading me? No. Did you see me? Son of a bitch, this guy. Holy shit. Alright, let's try this one more time. Fuck. This guy just like randomly looks. It's like random looking. Randomly generated looking.
Needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Huff it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
I remember in like the new games, like I think it was like Watch Dogs or something. I don't know. It was like one game.
Harry Potter game. That's right, it's me, J.K. Rowling. I've been posing as Spankums this entire time just to show my game to F-Zero now.
Yeah, okay. That's believable. J.K. Rowling has nothing to do with the new game, by the way. She's not even getting... I guess she's getting payment for the character. Well, no, well, wait a minute. It's actually, come to think about it, Harry Potter's not even in the new Harry Potter game. It takes place 10 years before the events of the books.
That guy's awesome.
Sir Spankums, yeah, he's pretty funny. But yeah, no, going back to what I was saying. So the new Harry Potter game takes place 10 years before any of the books. So Harry Potter's not even in it. So I don't know how this is going to play out, if they're going to be paying her any money. I guess they must, because they're using Hogwarts. So I guess they would have to pay her, but she is not involved in the game at all. The game developers actually said they don't want her being involved for the specific reason of her homophobic slurs.
My game is great. You get to wear armbands and send trans people to Skaban.
It's going to the travel company. That's what it was. Aukawa travel company. Yes.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Oh my God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Let's see how she will say. What asterisk?
I guess I should use that phone before I get in my car. Where's that phone booth? Oh yeah, there it is. I love how Arnett is like literally stealing from everybody and then like pawning their shit, and he's just such a slimeball in this.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to the Hollywood station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thank you.
This game is so realistic, the graphics are very good for the year 2011.
Yeah, I mean, well, keep in mind, this has been remastered. The PS4 version, they added in 4K support. Now, unfortunately, my PS5 doesn't broadcast to YouTube in 4K, so you guys are probably only experiencing this in 1080p. But I can assure you that I'm playing it in 4K. This has definitely been touched up compared to the PS3 version, which initially came out. But I still agree that the facial animation and all that kind of stuff for the time that this game was made is amazing. It definitely is a fantastic game. Team Bondi did a great job. It's just a shame that they ended up going bankrupt because of their own corrupt CEO.
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus two dames always equals problems.
Come on, let's give him a hand. Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Throw out the guns.
For a dead man. Give me some goddamn cover.
Give me some cover.
No, he's there, right there.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Wow, you say JK is a bad person. You just shot the first guy, who was unarmed and he only stole a stick of gum.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc.
He didn't steal a stick of gum. No, they were all armed. If I were to let him go, he would have ran into the same area and started shooting at me. I was just preventing an extra guy to kill over here by killing him early.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Whatever you say, Mr. Minority Report.
Smartass. Alrighty, so I think we're gonna go to the police station now and smash up some cars.
We caught up with Mal. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc. He worked burglaries with a big guy. Goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
The guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town. Tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
It could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud. Julia Randall's ring. It's here. Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox. Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Trying to imagine you with a personality.
What? Apparently the building said that because there was nobody around.
Phelps, don't be so touchy.
The building told me I need
Rusty
more
had
of a
his best ever
personality.
clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes. You're a Booneroo case man, Phelps.
Anyway, I haven't decided what I'm going to be playing tonight. Deadpool is finished. I finished that last night. So that's
learn to
another
take a compliment, Phelps.
that's another full playthrough done of another game. Got a lot more under my belt. I know that at the end of the month I want to cover
Only in LA.
Fairy tales of the rich and famous.
More like pathetic tales of the desperate.
at the end of the
to be rich
month
and
I want to
famous.
cover Ghostwire
Junkie Goldilocks
Tokyo,
and the Three Bears.
which is the brand new
Don't you go putting the pieces
open world
together again before they
supernatural
fit,
fighting
Phelps.
game.
Listen to your old pal Rusty, or should I say Finbar.
I wouldn't call him that if I were you.
What do you care? It doesn't sound like you're the top of his Christmas card list.
He gives everyone a hard time. That's just how he is.
Whatever gets you through the day, Cole.
I also want to finish Final Fantasy VII Remake because I got up to the spot where we were last at in our last playthrough, and I'm all ready to finish that live stream as well. So I also have to finish older live streams as well, like Alan Wake, things like that. So I got a lot on the go for this channel, and I do have a lot more planned for this channel as well. I might be considering starting up my own podcast at some point as well.
There goes a week's wages.
I remember this lady now, Mrs. Eavestrom. She lives in the rich district. She's a rich old bag. Oh, nope. Wrong driveway.
Hot rock.
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't
I didn't manage to watch the Deadpool game live.
If you are returning 43 pieces.
The Deadpool game was interesting because it's the only game I've ever played where when you live stream it, they cut a lot of content. So there is, well, not a lot, but they cut out 2 cutscenes in the game. They wouldn't let me live stream them for whatever reason. And they also wouldn't let me live stream any of the music. So when I go to live stream the game, it cuts out all the music and 2 of the cutscenes. But the rest of the game is fine. But then when I don't live stream the game, I'm able to see everything. It's really weird. It's really oddly optimized or programmed or whatever. But I did manage to finish it off. I killed Mr. Sinister, and Deadpool was Deadpool, and even when the credits rolled, he was still being Deadpool and being stupid. So it was a good game. It
makes it better, I think.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know what? I agree and I disagree with that. And the reason I disagree with that is because I feel like with the music, you kind of miss some of Deadpool's puns, because some of them he speaks lower. And if the music's blaring in the background, you won't hear it as much. You're more concentrated on the music. So I agree the music is needed because it's a very rockin' soundtrack. But at the same time, I feel like it takes away from the Deadpool game, because then you miss a lot of his quips and a lot of his sarcasm and jokes and stuff.
My property.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, Detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are, making heinous accusations in my own home?
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case.
I think she's lying. She always looks around.
When it was stolen.
Now, I'm going to go back to something I said earlier on when I was live streaming this game. Take a look at her hair. Do you see a problem with this? Let me explain what I don't like about L.A. Noire. So when the actors were facial scanned using the depth analysis room that Team Bondi had,
Maria, I think we best get this officer a drink to get him moving. He looks rather gormless.
They scanned the actor's hair as well. And it looks like a mess. I'm not gonna lie, it looks painted on. And this is my problem with the facial scanning. The facial animation is fantastic, but why would you scan their hair? It makes no sense. It would make more sense to just scan the face and then render in the hair to make it look more realistic. Facial scanning their hair just looks like a mess. It looks like a blended mess. And especially on her, you'll see you'll see the side view of her looks like a mess. It looks like it was just blended in colors. The front of her hair looks fine because it has that swoop and everything, but the side and the back, it looks atrocious. And I don't understand the reason for that. It could have easily been avoided with just rendering hair.
I think we best get this officer a drink to get him moving.
Do you have to repeat the same thing over and over?
Gormless.
All right. Anyway, let's. Now you'll see though when I interview her here,
Maria,
it'll do that side.
I think we best get this officer.
How many times is she going to say that?
Get him moving. He looks rather gormless.
Okay, what is going on? Why isn't it? There
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night.
Okay, look at the side of her head. She's bald in that one spot.
Let's talk about what you've recovered.
She's literally bald in the one spot. It's got nothing to do with the fact that she's bald in the one spot, obviously. It's got to do with the fact that when they were blending the colors, they clearly forgot to blend that one area. Yeah, they clearly forgot to blend that one area. It just looks weird. It's a very, very sloppily done job on the hair of all the characters. But that's so trivial. And that is trivial too, in my opinion. Like, I mean, it's stupid to like hate a game for shit like that. That aside, this game is fantastic and is probably one of the best police games.
He has cancer.
A drink to get him moving. He looks rather gormless.
She doesn't have cancer. Cancer of the brain. Apparently she forgets that she just offered me a drink about 16 times. Ah, fuck. I forget what she said here now because I got busy with that. So let's see. That terrible night, at least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered. Okay, so... I'm thinking doubt. Okay, good cop. All right.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eastrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You have only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
I always love those old cigarette ads from the 1940s. This cigarette does not cause cancer.
missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging
Our
burglary.
cigarette is the
That's
number
my
one
fiancé you're
health
making
cigarette in the
scurrilous accusations
world.
about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
Put a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
The driving is the best part of all.
This is my favorite music in the game. This soundtrack specifically, some of my favorite music. You know, I really am amazed. Not so much maybe with this, but so many games during COVID when we were in lockdown and stuff like that. Here's a prime example. So Mafia 1 Definitive Edition, which is the remake of the classic Mafia 1, the PS2 game, which I will be covering on my channel at some point because I have all the Mafia games. I might do that next, actually. I might do that tonight. But Mafia 1 Definitive Edition was being designed during COVID, during lockdown and everything. So what they ended up doing, there's a video you can find about this on YouTube. It's really impressive. So all of the composers who did the music for the game and everything, they Zoom recorded them individually and then compiled their music. So, you know, one person's playing the trumpet, one person's on the drums, one person's on the violin, whatever. They would record them each privately in a one-on-one Zoom session, and then they would take all of those instruments and then compile it all together to make the soundtrack for Mafia 1 Definitive Edition. And it's fantastic. You wouldn't even know that it was done like that because you hear it in the game and it sounds like a whole orchestra, and it's not. It's each instrument was recorded individually and then compiled together. It's very impressive. Let's see, we're home.
Find out who your fiancé really is.
Henry, we're here to see your lies. We're here to
Welcome,
prove
sir.
to your...
I'm sorry, are you a resident?
No, I'm a cop.
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr.
How did you manage to make streams with your camera off?
You can take the lift.
Thank you.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't have a webcam. I literally don't have a...
It tells me that I have to open my camera.
Oh. I'm streaming from my PS5. I don't know. I don't know. I've always... I don't have a webcam. I intend to get a webcam for my PS5 so that I can actually be in the streams, kind of like the other YouTubers.
Live streams.
Yeah.
Well, isn't this
Like, I do plan to get a camera at some point. It's just not a top priority. You know what I mean? I do intend to do it at some point. In the meantime, I got my mic, and that's good enough for me.
Stop! LAPD!
Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case.
Go on.
Put your hands in the air!
I don't care about the camera.
Give it up! LAPD!
Oh, not
let me
another
chase you.
bouncing thing! Fuck, I hate these. The mechanics of these are just bad. God damn. He hit me in the head. Now I gotta go find him again.
Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming around, too. He's all
What?
hopped up.
Came in the window and said
Time to get some
hello?
answers.
I kind of want to see that. Just walks in the window, goes, hello, and then collapses. be strange. All right, I gotta search first before I can question this motherfucker. We all know this bastard's lying about everything.
You told Heather you're honeymooning without her?
Oh, no, go back in there. We need that watch. That watch is evidence.
Vacheron Constantine. That's an extremely expensive watch, Henry.
A graduation present from my parents.
Yes, except, you know, it's on the stolen list, you motherfucking liar. Don't fucking bullshit me like that, you son of a whore. Come on. You must think I'm fucking stupid.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
You're in the fascist business, not the fashion business. Okay, what's this one? See, he's a good liar. I hate this guy. Because he lies through his teeth, and you would never know by looking at his face. Because that looks like a good cop, but that's not going to be a good cop. That's either going to be bad cop or accuse. I'm going to see what the community says. All right.
You're lying, Henry.
How can you prove that I'm involved, Detective?
Yep. I love that at the end. How can you prove I'm involved? Heavy swallow, close his eyes. He's like, son of a bitch, I hope he doesn't know. Let's see.
You won't let me leave until we finish this, Detective. So you'd best get on with it.
Okay. Oh boy.
Prove that I'm involved. Asterisk super gulps asterisk.
Right? I might have to look this one up on the internet because this isn't in my strategy guide because it's a DLC case, and the DLC cases for the original game didn't come out until like 2 years later or a year later or something. So this case is not actually in the book. See, I want to use the. I want to use that letter that shows all of the stolen merchandise, but at the end of the day, I don't think that will work because it doesn't even list him on it. So it's just like hearsay. The only other thing I can think is the ring that the girl had on, the dead girl had on, which Arnett gave to her, but I don't
Man, I fucking love this game. I wish the unique concept of the ease capture would be used again. People say it's a gimmick and I sorta agree.
Yeah, the face capture. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll ever be done again. And the reason I don't think it'll be done again is because when Team Bondi filed bankruptcy back in, I'd say, 2013, they destroyed the room they used, the depth analysis room they used to do the facial animation. So Rockstar is new owner of LA Noire, but I don't think they're going to do a sequel. Because to do a sequel and just do it with CGI is going to suck. It would need to be done the same way, and Rockstar doesn't have the tech to be able to do that. So I think LA Noire is a once in a blue moon game that we're all glad it was released, but at the end of the day, I don't think it'll ever get a sequel. Just like I don't think Bully 2 will ever come out. Rockstar keeps promising that, but they won't deliver on that. We all know that. They're just gonna milk Grand Theft Auto 5. They'll release it on the PlayStation 2000.
Face capture the whole game and it didn't make money, so I don't think they would ever do it again.
Exactly. No, exactly. They didn't make anything back because a lot of people were buying the game and then returning it because they were thinking, oh, it's made by Rockstar Games, which it wasn't. Rockstar was a producer. And so they were buying the game, and then they were realizing this is not like Grand Theft Auto. We can't go around shooting and fucking prostitutes. And so, it didn't, at the end of the day, it didn't do as well as everybody had hoped, which is a shame. Because I consider it a cult classic of gaming. It's definitely one of those games that, while it is not very popular, it still has a big fan base.
Because you pawned a Fabergé cigarette case today for $600, a case that is on a list of stolen items.
It was Julia's idea. Get a list of society parties and
Grand Theft Auto is the opposite of this guy.
Julia was
Game.
desperate for money.
People were thinking 50s GTA like Mafia Plus, but they got something entirely different.
Yeah, they got something entirely better, is the thing. Don't get me wrong. Dude, don't get me wrong. I fucking love Mafia. Except for Mafia 3. Mafia 3 feels like the odd duck. It's kind of out of place. It was too preachy. Mafia 1 and 2, fantastic games. Especially Mafia Definitive Edition. I love that game. This feels more like, and Brandon McNamara, the original creator of this game, who worked for Team Bondi, he said that this game was inspired by Dragnet, the old 40s TV series Dragnet. And you can see that in the cases and in the characters and stuff like that. It's very heavily inspired
until we finish this, detective.
by 1940s, 1950s police dramas that were on TV at the time.
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
You're lying, Arnett. I think you ordered them to kill her. It was made to look like suicide, and when the coroner saw through that, you knew it was time to run.
I told you I was involved in the burglaries. I had nothing to do with Julia's death. Why would I need to run?
Have you told Miss Swanson that you're leaving for Mexico City tomorrow night? That it's a one-way ticket?
Henry? Tell me it isn't true.
I had no choice. I wanted to marry Heather. I told Julia I wanted out, and she laughed in my face.
I agree this game has a great story, but no one gave it a chance, plus some of the interrogations face caps don't really lend themselves to be.
Really? I thought all of the facial capture animation in this game was fantastic. I never had any problems with it. That's what makes it unique to me. I love the fact that it used real actors, and because it's blended so well. You can tell that, okay, you can tell what they've done is they've filmed their faces and then they've colored their faces with like Photoshop. Well, it wouldn't be Photoshop, but some kind of computer tech to make them blend in properly to the environment.
Until we finish this, detective. So you'd best get on with it.
It's very well done, in my opinion. A bit too ambitious is the problem. I think they were too ambitious. They were expecting to be like another... I hate to use them in this because I do love the game, but Cyberpunk 2077. Too ambitious, release, doesn't do as well, lose money. Except in Team Bondi's case, they ended up having to file bankruptcy. In CD Projekt Red's case, they haven't had to file bankruptcy.
I think space caps are great, there is no complaint to me, but what I'm saying is like the big gulp this guy took earlier is a little rough.
I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Tell me about your first burglary, and don't lie.
I can't remember. I don't keep a list of these things.
But
well, it's a good thing I keep a list. Ha ha ha.
Henderson.
Yeah, I know. He's a fucking liar. Everything he says is a lie. It's the contraband list. He said, I don't have a list of these things. He said, I don't have a list of these things. But guess what, motherfucker? I do. You're fucked. Anyway.
Your first burglary was a Dr. Harold Stoneman. You want to explain how he is involved, or shall I?
Henderson is Stoneman.
He's very good at lying.
About Julia. She could get him to do whatever she wished. He threw the parties, and we arranged the burglaries. Julia never let him touch her. She just kept him hanging on the promise. Drove the good doctor almost insane.
It's his only ability.
Henry
Truth is, I knew Henderson from the start.
And for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
That guy was a dick. I'm glad he's going to jail. I'm not a fan of Henry Arnett or whatever the hell his name is. It's an annoying man. All right, let's go arrest the good doctor because. Oh, we're just leaving the widow in the apartment? Cool. Just leave her there to cry.
Would have loved to seen the arson desk and the other one I forget.
The wedding's off.
He only robbed her mother and killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor...
I'll be starting on the arson desk now, actually. I'm just doing the 2 cases. Theft I've already done. You can find the previous streams on my YouTube channel. As for arson, I'm coming up to arson. Arson will be my next desk. So I'll be doing one more case in Vice, and then I start on arson. And then I may tackle some of these side missions as well, because those are always fun.
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the runner, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
I should have never told you that.
Didn't they cut it from the game, though, like there could have been more of them?
No, so the side missions are called Streets of LA. You go into that mode and you're just driving around the city and you'll get random calls. And they range from everything. Like they're everything from burglaries to it depends. But those are always interesting because they use a whole bunch of new characters and new facial animations.
Start playing horror games if you want to, that is.
Yeah, I do plan to live stream some horror games at some point. That's for sure. I do want to cover. I'm still covering Martha is Dead. I've been having some slight problems with that game because of some freezing issues on the PlayStation 5 that need to be addressed. So they need to add a patch to fix that. But I also want to probably stream some Alien Isolation because that's probably one of the best horror games.
Not the Streets of LA. I remember seeing a video about the cut content from this game.
Oh, yeah. They did cut a lot of content. I don't know why. I think it was time related or something like that.
You're paying for every last scratch. Time for the doctor to give us something to make this all better.
We're coming for you, Dr. Stoneman! You lying hound!
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett.
Are there mods for this game? Might be a dumb question.
Or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm
Fact,
afraid
all the
Mr.
elevators
Arnett is
look
here to
like
see you,
vaults.
and he says it's urgent.
Send him in.
I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and...
Perfect time for a window jump.
Yeah.
They organized the robberies.
And a redecorating of a car below.
My wife's parties.
Probably his own car, actually.
Not Yeti.
Upon her, it was
No, I think you have to, like, interview him
He's
still.
trying to convince them that he's sad.
Yeah.
Never really
I'm sorry I killed someone. I didn't mean to.
The practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no
He's so bad.
my wife or my children nor my friends, and I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
Didn't see that coming.
Let's be honest, the only reason the secretary's crying is because it was probably her car. She's like, fuck.
I'm so sorry I drugged up multiple women and fell in love with someone who depended on me for their addiction. It asterisk.
Yeah. Should we just leave her crying, or should I just shoot her? No, I can't do that. That'd be funny. Talk to her.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
No! I'm not stumped. We just
Go
beat the
listen,
case.
Cole. Maybe you should ask for a street sweeper.
What am I stumped about? I beat the fucking case.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bukowski.
She now has to pay for her car and needs to find a new job.
Former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski.
In this era she could work 2 weeks and afford a new car and a mortgage for 3 houses.
We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. It's just modern day. In modern day, the money back then is worth a lot more now. But it's what is?
Maybe if... No.
What?
Incidental.
Deodorant powder. Yeah, that's definitely sus. All right. That's weird. Let's get out of here. But no. It's not like they made more back then. Like, you have to keep in mind that back then, 35 cents or whatever the fuck was expensive. Like, I mean, everything was so expensive back then.
That old boy really felt
because the money wasn't worth as much.
She was incredibly beautiful.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
You're quite the romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
You're talking from experience.
I certainly am. Oh, I like women as much as the next guy. As long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
No, you like slapping women. There's a difference. You just like beating up
Thank
women
God I didn't
who
park there.
don't agree with you.
To be honest, I haven't played the game before I learned it from you. You got the white suit, or is the DLC?
I can show you the suits I have. One sec. Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Hold on. The white suit, you're talking about that one? The Untouchable? No, it's not. I don't think that one's DLC. I think you have to, I don't remember how I got that. It had something to do with finding things in the game or whatever. That suit is weird anyway. It looks, yeah. I don't know. There's the lighting on it just looks kind of, it's way too shiny. It just like shines. Looks out of place. But yeah, no, I got most of the suits. I'm missing one suit actually. I'm missing like the Button Man suit, which you get for finding all the police shields in the game. the hidden police shields, which I don't have the patience for, to be honest. I really don't. Yeah, that's the only suit I'm missing.
The
is
untouchable is goated Cole Phelps Law Pimp Department.
It's the Godfather suit. That's what it looks like. It looks like he's a Godfather and not a cop.
Let me tell you, do something on my daughter's wedding.
What's the line?
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
What is going on? Okay, no, we're not going in that car, you freaking...
I thought someone else came in the room.
What?
Damn
No.
Perfect Godfather impression.
I do a lot of voices, yeah. Speaking of, that's
Spanish.
That's another fantastic game. The Godfather games. Those were a lot of fun back on the PS2. I wish I could stream my PS2 games, but unfortunately I don't know how to do that. I don't think I can. I have so many PS2 and PS3 games that I would love to stream.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball
Oh, that's
shoes and a cream
right.
jacket.
We're not done yet. We
Get
still have to
this.
find the guy with the harmonica.
Raciest Chinese voice you do.
Super raciest Chinese voice you do? Dude, I was half asleep. You're talking about when I was on Stu's stream and I was doing the voices? I was half asleep when I was doing half those... I was half asleep when I was doing those voices for his channel.
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth
Like,
shut.
literally.
You don't want to bolt on us.
Okay, you have to understand. So when he told me to come over to his channel to do those voices, I had just finished my stream and I was getting ready to go to sleep. And then he's like, "Oh, do you mind coming over to my channel and doing some voices on my stream?" I'm like, "Okay, whatever." I didn't expect the stream to last 3 fucking hours. That's for damn sure. Like that game that he was playing, way too fucking long, man. And then and it was so boring. And that's nothing against him at all. That game is just boring as shit. And I don't understand. Suda 51, his older games are shit. They really are. They're just nonsense. And they don't make any sense. It's like...
Haha, be like, this game a very good
Well, it's not that bad. I'm not that much of a stereotype, I hope.
David Banner, but there are so many of them.
David Banner. You mean the gentleman in the chat? You just click on his name and then you can click on go to profile. All right.
I can't.
Harmonica guy should be just down here, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, play it again.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
Wilson, you going to jail for playing the harmonica.
All right. Let's go, man. Let's go. Now, there is an achievement here that I've already gotten, mind you, but it's a fun little achievement. I'll show you what you have to do once I corner this guy. But basically, there's a sign up on this roof with a whole bunch of letters on it. If you shoot all of the letters of the sign down, you get an achievement.
Nothing to find really at 0 melons lie 0 and pretty boring. You used to be able to click on people's names. YouTube removed that feature like all the other good things.
Oh, really? Okay. That's stupid. All right, you have a wonderful day, and thank you for tuning in. It's always greatly appreciated. Take care and have a great day.
Hold it.
Shooting at him. This here is a no-mouth instrument town.
There he is. Waste the son of a
So here we go. Here's what we do. We do this. This is all you gotta do to get the achievement. Is you shoot all of these and then take them out. I've already gotten that achievement, but that's how you get that one.
Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Julia had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
Favorite case?
Honestly, I like this case, but you know what? I don't really have a big favorite case. I do like this one a lot that I just did. But realistically, I find that all the cases are pretty good. There's only like one or two that I felt were stupid. But most of them... generally the Vice Desk cases I don't like. Because they're just mostly deal with weed and drugs and cigarettes. And it just gets boring very fast when every single case is about cigarettes and morphine. Thankfully, this one was less about that. It still brought it up, but it wasn't as prominent as the other cases. So we have one more case to do on Vice before we get to the arson desk. So let's tackle this final case, and we'll start on arson.
I like the Black Dahlia ending where you find out that it's the mayor's brother or whatever it is. You should buy everyone a nice steak dinner and take them to the movies. You know what, pay their rent for the week.
Earl Phelps, a shooting at the 111 Club.
I can't tell if you're talking about the game or real life. What are you asking me? I'm not that rich.
Caught in the crossfire were carrying army surplus morphine. Get over there before homicide tramples all over the place.
We already cleared that up.
Judge in Pasadena took the big sleep yesterday. He had a personal stash of 20 cigarettes. Appears we didn't get all of it.
I hate that sergeant. His voice is so annoying.
Apparently, we didn't get all of it. Whoa.
This morphine to
The
sleep.
morphine.
A dead judge. It's not good.
He's such an annoying character. Why am I going in here? This is not where I want to go. Out of the way.
Just wish he'd hurry up
Roy.
and propose already. So you're the first in this family born without a tail.
What? What did she just say? So you're the first in this family born without a tail? What is with these random lines they have NPCs say? They're so strange.
Parker and Green are going toe-to-toe for the top job. There's a change in the wind.
About time.
This wind will be like a tornado, Phelps. Parker's got a puritanical streak. You never know we'll get swept up in a thing like that.
Holy shit, I'm just looking at your Chanel and I definitely saw the boobles shoveling services when I was younger.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. That's hilarious. My God, that's a long time ago. I still do the Bubbles impressions here and there, but
the tail thing comes for the fact that everyone back then loved to watch Dragon Ball Z. That's just a little known fact.
Just yeah, totally, yeah. I'm glad you're not a history teacher, Sir Spankums. Jesus Christ. All of the students would know zero about history. Be like, yeah, what did you learn in history class today? We learned that in the 1940s, Dragon Ball Z was very popular.
Phelps, back again. We're here about the morphine.
Over by the bandstand. You can see what's left of the owner, Eddie McGoldrick.
Whoa, cool to see that you're streaming one of my favorite games now.
He was a non-com in my old unit.
I'm sorry to hear that, Cole. Waitress said he recently came into some money and bought the club.
Who are the other Vics?
2 musicians, Biddleston and Bowe. And get this, they used to be in a 4-piece, but the trombone player and the drummer OD.
You can find one of my recent.
We've met the rest of the band.
Now there are no piece.
You can find one of my recent Bubbles impressions.
You mind if we take a look
somewhere
around?
on my channel.
You might want a word with the hostess too. I'll keep her company until you're ready.
It was like one. It was one I did. I think like last year or something, or year before or something. I don't know. It was one I did making fun of Trump as Bubbles. I can't even remember what I said. I said something like, I don't really remember, but you can find that on my channel as well, somewhere on there. But I mainly, my channel is now mainly devoted to video game Let's Plays now. I don't really do the impressions as much.
When you're ready to have a civil conversation, we can try.
I think it's canon that a core tenet of post-WW2 America is Dragon Ball Z enjoyment.
Must have pumped a dozen rounds into him. Certainly sends a message.
You know, rewatching that Suda51 stream on Stu's channel that we did, Sir Spankums, that one line, I can never forget it. That old guy going, "Oh, well, you know, that guy, he had a purple face and laying down in a pool of blood. I think he's dead." Like, oh my God. I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, the writing in that game, that Silver Case game, is terrible. What? No, none of these are important. We're not cleaning up garbage. I don't want to talk to her yet until I get more evidence.
Well maintained, custom case. Someone cared for this instrument.
Just when I think I've seen it all.
Neat trick. The case must have cost more than the trumpet. He kept his stash close at hand. We should follow up on the musician angle.
Why does the trumpet case have 3 crack pipes in it?
It's the stereotype that all of the black musicians, the black jazz musicians, were taking morphine and drugs. Oh, look! Exactly what I said.
Or is this coming from what's left in circulation?
Army-grade morphine.
I love that in this game that Cole being such a stickler for details is what makes him an excellent detective but a terrible soldier.
Yeah, exactly. He's by the book. That's the problem. That's why nobody likes him. That's why nobody likes him. Because all of the cops, all of his partners are corrupt in one way or another. And they don't like somebody who's by the book because it's like, well, no, I don't want to work with somebody who's honest.
Dozen packs to a carton. 100 cartons or more. Looks like a couple of months' supply. These look brand new. Never fired. They haven't been degreased yet. We could check on the serial numbers.
This guy hunting for bear? Look at these things.
They're BARs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get 3 of them? Army surplus morphine, Army surplus weapons, Army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the details of what exactly was lifted from that ship.
Ma'am, I'm Detective Phelps, Administrative Vice Squad.
Welcome to the 111 Club, Detective.
It's sorta. I don't wanna work with somebody who's honest, and sorta. This guy is untrustable.
Any idea who did the shooting?
No idea. It was my day off. If I had been here, honey, I'd be full of holes just like the others.
You want to level with me, miss, before we start taking an interest in you.
This place has been on the slide for years. Eddie turns up, buys the club, then we start getting visits from tough guys. Next thing you know, we have the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Are you getting the picture?
Tell us about Eddie.
Eddie didn't know a thing about running a nightclub. He came into some money and waltzed in and bought the place. The previous owner thought all his Christmases had come at once.
Where do you think he got the money?
My guess was that he was selling the sort of quality product that you don't need to advertise.
Thank you for your help, man.
Eddie was in over his head, but he was a decent boss.
Look here, lady, if you don't show us those gams, you are going to the big house. An honest cop, this city need him like a thirsty man needed a glass of water.
Okinawa couldn't kill you, but knowing the wrong people in this city.
You sound like Biggs at the beginning of the game when he did that narration. Cole Phelps, an honest cop. Nobody liked him. He was a pain in the ass.
They didn't even try to crack the safe.
I don't know. It looks like they may have taken some of the money and just left the rest. There must have been more money in that safe than that.
How well did you know the owner?
McGoldrick? Well enough. He was in my unit.
That's some cruel irony. You survive the war, then get blown to pieces back home.
It happens.
We would have fired him years ago if he wasn't so strong and handsome.
You might recognize the actor who plays Cole Phelps anyway. He's from a TV series called Mad Men. He's in a lot of stuff, actually. He's a Hollywood actor. Aaron Staton is his name.
Sweetheart, if you don't start telling the truth, I'll smack it out like the harlot you are.
Also, the actress who plays Elsa Lichtman, I'm just joking, of course. Elsa Lichtman. She is American. She's not actually German. A lot of people thought she was actually German. She's just putting on an accent. I can't remember the actress's name. Yeah. Okay, none of these people want to talk to me. That's good. I'll just go right in. There she is! Again.
Take a break, boys.
We would like them to stay, Miss Lichtman. We're making inquiries into the recent deaths of 4 musicians.
Since when have the police cared about dead black men?
Good point. We don't.
I think the disappearance on Mad Men lends itself to the period this game is set in and immersion in this game.
Care about working in this town, you better
I
give me
agree.
something on Biddleston and Bow, or their knucklehead buddies Tyree and Lamont.
And this is your idea of making inquiries, Untersturmführer?
I've told you 1,000 times about speaking that German gibberish at me, Elsa.
Roy, how about you get a drink while I see to this?
Will you sit down?
Why antagonize him, Elsa? You know what he's capable of.
Ask your questions, head officer. We have work to do.
People are dying of overdoses. If you know anything about it, you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
I'm not looking to arrest users. I'm after the supply.
You just don't get it, do you? Some people can't live without heroin.
My partner mentioned a couple of names. You recognize them?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The only way you're going to get rid of me is to give me an answer.
I knew Cornell. We worked together a few years ago. He loved the music, but the music didn't love him.
Damn, and there goes 5 stars.
What does that mean?
It means that he just wasn't that good. He was a sad, lonely cat.
Boys.
No, actually, well, I mean, not really. So because I've already gotten 5 stars on all of the cases in the past, it keeps your highest record. So even if you redo cases, if I get a 2-star case when I redo it, and I get 2 stars, when I go back out to the main menu, it'll still be at 5 stars. So it keeps your highest recording of stars. So I've already got 5 stars on all these cases in the past. So I think there's like 1 or 2 that I got 4 stars on. But yeah.
Take 5 minutes, please. I need to have a private word with you, officer. Why do you ask people to risk talking about a subject that could have them jailed?
Drugs are against the law, Elsa.
And you're so full of courage, you have never felt ashamed.
This is getting us nowhere.
Do you think you'll win your war against narcotics?
It's not my war. It's against the law. My job is to prosecute the laws of this city.
Do you think you can stop people from needing drugs, Detective?
I'm asking the questions here.
Then why do you come to me with your stupid questions? You know who controls the drugs in this city.
It's not enough to just survive, Elsa. You have to try and make the world a better place.
Brave words, and very noble. But words are just words, Cole Phelps.
She's right. We need to pay a visit to the Mixter.
Cohen? Do you know where to find him?
This time of day? You'll find him holding court at the Macambo.
He can wait. There's something I need to be sure of. Give me till tomorrow morning.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, partner.
Continue to respond, okay?
Where did this car even come from? What is this car that I'm driving? Cole never had a car. Did he just steal a car off the street? She'll never recognize me in this car that I just stole.
Her cigarette kept disappearing.
Yeah, there are issues. Okay, I just want to explain something here. So I'm playing this on the PlayStation 5. This is a PS4 game. This is the PS4 remaster. Some PS4 games are not properly optimized for the PS5 yet. So games that aren't highly popular aren't properly optimized to run on the PS5. They will run, they just will have glitches, and Noire is unfortunately one of those.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
This is post WW to America. She probably one puffed Voss cigarettes and lit a new one faster than could be seen.
Yeah, probably. She's a poster child for cigarettes.
It wasn't a glitch, it was between the camera change.
LAPD, we're looking for Mayor Cohen. I believe he has lunch here.
There's not going to be any trouble, is there?
Which table?
Number 3. If you'll follow me.
How many cases do you have left in game?
I can't really look without exiting to the menu, and I don't want to do that. I think, well, I'm just going to be starting on Vice case. So this is the last case for. No, sorry. This is the last case for Vice. I'm just going to be starting arson. So I think I have like 5 more cases on arson.
Say, could I borrow some of that mascara? He's on.
LAPD. We have some questions
Hi,
regarding...
Mickey. How's it hanging?
Fine. Just fine, Roy. I see you brought Iga Beaver along. Hope he's...
I'm not going to lie. I do not like the actor playing Mickey Cohen, and I'll tell you why. The actor playing Mickey Cohen is a comedian. I don't feel he suits the role of a gangster. I've seen him in a lot of stuff like Curb Your Enthusiasm and things like that. I can't remember the actor's name, but I just don't see him as...
Sub cause this stream if that means anything.
Oh, thanks. But I don't see the actor who plays Mickey Cohen as a gangster. I just don't. I feel like they could have easily got somebody else. Mickey Cohen just sounds like a goofball to me in this, because of the actor they're using. They could have at least used somebody who just feels more menacing. Like, Mickey Cohen doesn't even feel menacing to me. He just feels like, I don't even know, like a nerd.
Not gonna put the shakes on me again.
Cole Phelps, Mickey Cohen.
Good afternoon.
He has manners. Aren't you a little...
And you also lost my sub and viewership.
He has the biggest schlong in Hollywood and the smallest gun. Or maybe the...
Yeah, okay. you say that every time you pop into my stream. Promises. Yeah, I know I know what you're waiting for, Sir Spankums. You're waiting for me to live stream some more Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I can assure you that it will be happening soon. I did get discouraged, I'm not gonna lie, when that happened, and I couldn't get past that one boss, and I went to restart my checkpoint, and it restarted it like 2 hours before. So I did get discouraged, but I do intend to finish I do intend to finish Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then I'm going to be starting on the DLC with Yuffie, or however you pronounce her name.
That's the other way around. I can never quite remember.
You're a funny guy, Roy. Haven't I always said what a funny guy Roy is? And how much fun it would be to get together with him sometime.
Poor Johnny. He's the dark, sensitive type. He's a serviceman too, Cole.
Don't remember the timeline of cases. Have you already solved the Black Dahlia murders yet?
Yes. So that would have been in Homicide. The Homicide desk was before the Vice desk. So yes, I've already done that. If you want to look those up, you can find them in my previous live streams of L.A. Noire. Just go under my playlist section. You'll find all the previous live streams of L.A. Noire in the section devoted to L.A. Noire.
I've heard of you.
Something like that.
All right, have we finished flirting? You got something to discuss, Roy? Or are you going to stand around beating the meat while my lunch gets cold?
We have some questions.
Do I need my lawyer?
Like, he did... Okay, it'd be more interesting if he had a voice like, hey, do I need my fucking lawyer? He's like, do I need my lawyer? He doesn't sound like a gangster. He sounds like a goofball. I just don't get him.
Michael Shannon would have been perfect for Mickey Cohen. He plays a menacing character so well.
Your brother-in-law, Lenny Finkelstein, was selling stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
So I'm supposed to believe that you don't know what happened to the rest of the shipment?
Lenny, God rest his soul, was a moron. He was family, though, and I haven't made a beef about that, so count yourself lucky, kid. The H is a filthy habit, and I don't condone it. The simple solution would be to have all the dope fiends put down.
So you don't know where he got the morphine?
Kid, ask a question you might get an answer to.
We believe
He
there's
was
a
the
link
Iceman and also played Zod in the new Superman.
stolen from the SS Coolidge. One of those Marines was shot to death in a club last night.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
So you haven't heard anything about what happened at the 111 Club?
What can I say, kid? I'm shocked that in the land of opportunity, Uncle Sam's finest feel the need to resort to crime. It's a dangerous business. I can attest to that. I'd recommend they get out of the life. Quickly.
A few Negroes saying goodbye on the sidewalk will never make the papers, Mickey. But we had a judge in Pasadena say adios the other day. Prominent white people popping their clogs makes everyone nervous.
You know dope has never been my thing, Roy. It's always been for schmendricks like Jack D. and Jimmy Utley. But I'll ask around and I'll get back to you. Hey, you boys want some lunch? How about a drink?
We'll take a rain check on that.
Wait a minute. Schmendricks? What is he, a Jewish gangster?
Looks bad with people dying.
We have to get the rest of it. There's no way of watering down the
Okay.
stuff in those little packages.
I'm so
These are those
confused
guys,
right now.
And get the rest of it.
They don't seem the type to frighten that easy.
We'll see.
going on?
That fucking rat Stoker has gone public about Brenda.
Who is Brenda?
Brenda is LA's most famous madam.
And everyone knows it?
Of course everyone knows. Brenda pays her way.
Are we cops or a collection agency?
Whores have been around since the Bible. Our job is to keep it off the street so Joe Citizen and his wife can stroll around unmolested.
Then we should change the law.
Are you out of your mind? Every politician in America is against prostitution, except when they're using them.
So where does Stoker come in?
He objects to the LAPD and the administration taking its cut.
Is everyone in on this?
Yeah, and that's the problem. From a little acorn does a large tree grow. He could bring the whole thing crashing down on us.
Aren't you supposed to be working,
Lowell could call him Goldstein and been less of a trope.
Caldwell and McManus? I saw Caldwell in the squad room not long ago if you want to speak to him.
Thank you, sir. We'll do that.
This way.
So just as an FYI, in case people are interested, so Roy Earl, the partner that I have on this desk, he's in a lot of video games. This actor, Adam J. Harrington is his name, and he's been in the God of War game, the first God of War game. He's one of the trolls, not trolls. I think they're trolls. One of those guys that help Kratos upgrade his weapons and stuff like that. One of those brothers. He does the voice of the brother who is a germaphobe. So he's in that. He's also in Battlefield Hardline as the witness who ends up helping you on the case in the single player campaign. And I know a lot of people don't like Battlefield Hardline. I know it got a lot of smack when it released way back in the day, but I actually like it for its single player campaign. Its multiplayer is questionable, but I do feel like its single player story was really well done.
You got a minute?
Sure, Cole, anytime.
And now, just to point out, the actor here that you're going to be seeing in this scene is Brandon Keener. Now, that name may not mean anything to any of you guys, but Brandon Keener is the voice actor for Garrus Vakarian in all 3 Mass Effect games. Now, if you listen to how this gentleman talks that you're talking to, and picture Garrus Vakarian from Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, you'll hear the voice immediately. Because that's the only voice he does. It's literally that voice. That's his actual voice.
You've been working the docks robbery on the SS Coolidge?
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you see it?
Inside job. Either the guys working the wharves or some of the guys on the ship.
What else was taken apart from the morphine?
Case of BARs, case of Thompsons, crate of Valor smokes.
Homicide just recovered 3 BARs and a mountain of cigarettes at a shooting at the 111 Club.
No kidding. I better get over there.
Do you have a copy of the manifest?
Yeah. Here it is.
So, how do we connect the docks robbery to the mess at the 111 Club?
Enough to arm 3 companies. Here's our backroom arsenal from the 111 Club. This is the crate we recovered. 500,000 cigarettes loose on the streets of LA. Some of these guys are from my old unit. They must have finally shipped home. Kelso, Sheldon, McGoldrick.
McGoldrick was on the boat?
Sure, we checked him out.
McGoldrick bought the 111 Club, Harry. His brains are all over the bar.
Looks like whoever stole the dope is getting muscled.
By whom?
Dragner or Cohen. They control the hop.
Detectives, KGPL's going crazy. Shots fired at 1384 North Bronson. Some guy with an automatic spraying a Hollywood bus. They want every car. Go!
Oh, just you.
Gotta hurry, there's a bus being shot. Roy Earl takes his time.
Comrade turned drug trafficker is about to die.
You can actually save him. You can actually, if you do things right, you can save him. It's random if he dies or not. Well, that just turned into Cyberpunk 2077 quickly. Those cars like literally vanished in front of me.
It's the next left.
Units 49 William, 15 Adam, go to 1370 Gordon Street. Establish a perimeter and stand by for further. Any other units to respond. Code 3, identify.
Straight over the next inter...
Unit 19 Adam, meet the officer at 5920 Fountain Avenue. Assist Unit 49 William transporting and 19 Adam
Someone with a LMG is shooting a bus. Better bring lots of pistols.
It's true, isn't it? You figure they would bring something a bit heavier, but no luck. I guess at this point in the game, they never issued police issued mortars to the cops. They just pull out mortars out of their fucking police cars.
LMG go BRRRR pistol go Q.
Precisely what I wanted to do. Oh, fuck. I was trying to get a headshot in. I'm gonna try this one more time. Yeah, perfect. Alright, I need to go up on the roof. I know this. I was just seeing if I could just clip him from here.
That is not the fire rate of a BAR.
Get behind something, Phelps!
Phone number and restaurant table.
What? It's a sniper who worked for Mickey Cohen? Oh my god. I would have never known.
It's one of the BARs.
Do you know this man? This chowderhead served with me in the war.
I know that guy. Felix Alvaro.
He's one of the guys from the ship?
His name was on the manifest.
Looks like McGoldrick wasn't the only one to get a message.
Hey, Alvaro.
Hey, Lieutenant.
He's just a plain detective now, Chico.
Who's the jughead?
This is my partner, Roy Earl. We just want to find out what happened.
What happened is that someone took a shot at my bus. And then cops turned up and started treating me like I'm some sort of Pachuco punk. My people have been in California for over 300 years.
Very fucking admirable, Felix.
You hear anything about the big heist on the Coolidge?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So what happened?
Not much.
Thule is Alvaro.
Cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys on the ship.
I was down at the 111 Club this morning, waiting for the medical examiner to scrape Eddie McGoldrick's brains off the bar. You want to tell me anything about that?
I heard that Eddie came into some money. Too bad he didn't keep a low profile. It's a tough break to get through Okinawa and then have to buy it back home.
Hey, Novus, how are you today? Nice to see you.
Who's shooting at you, Felix?
How the fuck do I know?
Felix, we didn't go through Okinawa to come back to this on our streets.
I've got the LAPD to keep me safe, right? Me and all my people.
We'll be in touch, Felix.
You heard that Jack is in LA?
I'm not really good today.
He's been here a couple of months. Sure glad to see you got over your wound, Lieutenant. I mean, Detective.
Sorry to hear that.
Pretty cool customer.
He's been under fire before.
Hopefully my stream will entertain you.
Not for a minute.
Oh, shit, I gotta, no. I gotta go to the police box. Oh, items on sale! Free delivery! What are you selling? Clocks. Perfect.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Jack Kelso.
Just a second. Jack Kelso, apartment 4, 1408 North El Centro Avenue, Hollywood.
Thanks for your help. Jack was a company sergeant. He would never get involved in something like this.
We brace him and drag him downtown.
It won't work. He's a tough customer.
Did you beat Deadpool yesterday?
Yeah, I did. You can find the stream on my channel. Yeah, I beat Mr. Sinister and I got the ending, and Deadpool was Deadpool. Yeah. I love the humor in that game. It's honestly fantastic.
Oh yay, the humor is perfect.
Now, I don't know why I need to come back here, but it's marked on my map that
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made
that
it.
there's something here. I mean, I don't understand, though. Like, I don't think I have anybody in interrogation. I mean, I can check the rooms, but...
finally collared him on Temple.
Where the hell are the rest of the interrogation rooms? There's only one? That doesn't make any sense. There's got to be more than one. Oh, they're probably back here. Line-up gallery. Nope. Interrogation room 3.
On Olympic, and we finally collared him on Temple.
Okay, you know what? Okay, so I don't understand why that's marked
You're
as...
supposed to get a sody pop and bring it to your captain.
I mean, you know you've made
Yeah, I'm sure. Cole Phelps, your mission is to get me a can of soda. Come on, Roy. Come on. Come on, Roy. Come on, Roy. Alright.
Christ alive, this is a nightmare!
It's your...
Drunk drivers?
Drunk drivers. Ah, well, no, not really. I'm just destroying Roy's car because it's not mine. And Roy's a dickbag. Our gasoline is top-notch. Better than anybody else's gasoline. So buy our gasoline. Alright, let's go visit Jack Kelso.
Hello, Jack. This is Detective
Hey,
Roy.
Jackie boy.
We would like a word.
Would you like to come inside?
Actually, we'd prefer if you'd come downtown with us. Do you mind?
Do I have any choice?
No. You don't.
Are you going to tell me what this is all about?
It would be better for all of us if we discussed it at the station.
Bad move, Cole.
Goddamn drunk drivers.
How have you been, Jack?
Buy our gas for only $100.
Pick me up in front of my apartment like a common criminal and then expect small talk? Fuck you.
Do you know that there's a gang war going on in LA trying to recover that stolen morphine?
That has nothing to do with me.
I'm sure it would be gripping to hear more of your life story, boys, but the truth is, I don't give a fuck.
Fill up your automobile for 3 cents a gallon. Message retracted.
Muscle in on the dope rackets in this town? Between the Vice Squad and the mob, I hear it's pretty sewn up.
You better watch your mouth.
Did you know that Eddie McGoldrick recently came into money and bought a nightclub?
No, I didn't know that.
Lol, David.
I question if that's the truth or the doubt because he's blinking an awful lot, which is a lie, which can be a lie, and he also swallowed hard. I'm gonna say probably good cop, but I have my doubts.
Then you didn't know that some
right.
mobsters blew his brains out last night.
No, I didn't.
You heard that a crate of BARs went missing?
No, I didn't.
I saw Felix Alvaro today.
Good. How was he?
A little pale. One of Mickey Cohen's goons had emptied about
It's been a lie. Only liars and harlots swallow hard.
in the middle of Hollywood. Are you going to tell me what's going on? Or do more innocent people have to die?
Yeah, and what's in it for you, Cole? Newspapers? More glory? Another promotion? Another medal at the expense of men who fought for their country? Count me out.
What do you know about the Army surplus robbery from the Coolidge, Jack?
What I know is that on 3 separate occasions, you would have been dead if it weren't for me. I don't know anything about the robbery.
People are dying because morphine intended to help servicemen is being used on the street. Now we have guys from our old unit being killed by mobsters. We can put 2 and 2 together, Jack.
Gratitude isn't a concept that has much effect on you, is it, Cole?
Answer the question, Jack. Let's get this over with.
I was interviewed when the robbery took place. I don't have anything further to add.
Jack, we just want information.
Bullshit, Cole. Did you seriously believe that dragging me down here would get me to give up my own guys? You call yourself a Marine? Trying to make a name for yourself with this shitheel? Look at this chump with his $200 suit and $2,000 car.
The tough guy act is really impressive. I like you, Jack. I'd like to make you for this. I really would. I'm going to be working on it and keeping an eye on you. You can go now.
Shooting, Robert Steiner, 6780 West Sunset Boulevard. The victim is a Chris Majowski.
He's sitting in a chair. People who lie also sit in chairs.
Guilty.
How many more friends of yours are gonna get plugged today?
I know you're lying. Why? Because you're sitting in a chair. I don't know if that would hold up in court.
Talk about tension. That was like being trapped in an elevator with a married couple who can't decide whether they love each other or hate each other.
We go back a long way.
You went too easy on him. Next time, you leave it to me. I know how to handle that smug son of a bitch.
You don't. Jack will never give up his own men.
They just walked up and shot the man. 2 of them officers, they went that way.
Go on, get after him.
They're right there. What do you mean they went that way? Why was he point? He pointed right at them.
One that was sitting, so it's unreliable.
Oh, for Pete, are you fucking kidding me?
Did you guys know that Hitler breathed air? Anyone who breathes is practically Hitler.
I can't take a shot from here, Cole. Step on it, huh? Just give me a little closer. It's no good. We need to get closer. I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps.
These guys aren't gonna go quietly. Open fire!
Someone, please!
Whoa, it's so true. If you think about it, Epstein also breathed air, so if you do too, you are the same as him.
We have to look at damage limitation. We can't allow that strumpet Brent Allen to bring down the whole administration.
We've got to put a lid on the press. Can someone talk to Harry over at the Times?
It's too late. The Times would look ridiculous if we dropped the story now.
Who is this Stoker?
Stoker's a lily-white. Nothing that will fix this in the short term?
My law and order credentials are disappearing as we speak. Can we get Brenda to leave town?
Yes, we can, but she won't go quietly. Brenda has extensive records.
Can she at least lay low?
That's already been taken care of.
Mayor? District Attorney?
Who is this guy? And what does he want, Horrell?
The name's Roy Earl, detective, administrative vice.
Aren't you one of the clowns that got us into this mess?
Oh, I think that the orders regarding Brenda come down, not up, Mayor. I have a human interest story. It involves a certain LAPD cop, a hero from the war, who has let his beautiful wife and kids down, who has betrayed America for a German junkie whore, who has abandoned his pledge to the LAPD and his commitment to the public we all serve. Could be all over the papers by tomorrow, and you would be off the hook.
So what do you want in return, Roy? Fingering a
I
fellow.
love that you get to see Cole get set up.
Yeah, by that asshole. Like that's precise, and that's why I say I hate Roy Earl. That's why I trash his car all the time, because I know that's coming, right? And I know he's a dick fuck. So yeah, I have no respect for him. I like the actor who plays him. Adam J. Harrington is always good at playing douchebags. But I don't like the character.
Cohen is meeting with Sheldon tonight.
Okay, why is this still, there's gotta be, okay, so I can search that pocket. It wasn't letting me do it before.
An LAPD file. We have a traitor in our midst. All of the names on the list have a hit team assigned to them.
Gee, I wonder who the traitor is. Couldn't be Roy Earl, could it? No. He's innocent.
We need to get to those guys fast, otherwise there'll be no case.
They're taking out all the guys from the ship.
Why? How does that get them the dope?
They obviously don't know who has the morphine, and they're waiting for someone to crack.
Also like how Cole can be so perceptive but yet have blinding tunnel vision at the same time.
Yeah, well that's because he expects the best in everybody, and so that's why he doesn't realize Roy Earl is fucking him over, because he just assumes that everybody is perfect, I guess.
cover!
You'll move, mister. Come get me. Throw down your gun if you like. I'm still gonna ice.
Weapons on the ground, now!
Giving ground, move up.
Nice day, gentlemen.
What was that? Nice day, gentlemen. What? That was so out of place.
I don't think he feels that everyone is perfect, but rather that Cole is such a by-the-book man that he doesn't see how anyone could have it do.
Dude, why did this guy die in a draw me like a French girl pose? Like, what is that death? That's hilarious. Alright,
Tell Courtney. Bad luck.
Yeah.
It was worth a try.
What even? Oh my god.
Polar Bear Ice Company. You really did it. Wonder whether it was worth it.
Most people never get the chance to be
Fucking with him while he taking his last breaths. Lenny Finkelstein, cousin of Murray Goldblum.
Looks like Sheldon is bringing his own fire team with him. Majewski, Beckett, Goldrick, Driscoll, these are good guys. Why did they get wrapped up in this thing?
Not everyone has your unwavering restraint in the face of temptation, Cole.
Is this the Naked City or did you beat that one?
No, this is the... I forget the name of this case. This is the case after the Naked City.
This isn't looking good.
This is the final
like
case
the
of
fat
Vice.
kid at the back of a race.
You sure it's Cohen making the hits?
All fingers point his way. Your buddies are in
So
way
I'm
over
doing
their
this-
heads. Being a Marine doesn't mean shit out here.
I'm going to be doing this case, and then I'll be doing... I'm going to be doing... Finishing off this case, and then I'm going to be doing the first case of arson, and then I'm going to probably call it a stream. I'm going to just double-check the time right now. Because I don't normally like to go over 2 hours. Oh, I'm already over 2 hours. Shit. So I might just actually finish this case and call it a stream then for this. And then I'll stream something else later. I didn't realize I've already been playing 2 hours. I'm almost at 3 hours, actually.
I don't know if I will make the stream if you stream tonight.
can't take the shot from here, Cole. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Keep it steady, and I'll try to bust his tires. Hit him. Clear this asshole off the road.
I like how all the Jewish names are stereotypical, might as well call them cheap long-nosed time.
I mean, that's fine. No,
LAPD,
that's,
put your
whoa,
hands in
shit.
the air.
Hang on. That's fine, Novus, if you can't make the stream. I understand if you have other things to do. It's cool. I mean, at any time you miss a stream, you can always just rewatch it under my playlist section.
That's a little mean, David.
Christ!
Not even trying to be mean, but the names are super tropey.
No, he's right, they are. Roy, calm down. I'm just pinstriping your car for you. I'm giving it a style.
What's
There.
wrong with you?
See, it's a nice style. It's a good hood ornament for your car. Just a nice lamppost on the front of it. Looks nice.
There, light them up.
All right, let's kill these rat bastards.
On the roof, Cole. Nail him. Keep moving. I'll cover you.
How long do you think you can hold out?
I'm wide open here.
Stay in cover!
Oh, please kill him! Please! Please! I'll pay you! I'll pay you to kill him! I will pay you to riddle him full of fucking lead!
They're making a run for it. After them.
No, Cole, what are you doing, you fucking idiot?
I'm gonna put out an APB on every one of the sons of bitches on that.
KGPL to car 11K. Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Hey, Courtney Sheldon is at Hollywood Station requesting an interview with Detective Cole Phelps.
Well, I'll be damned.
That's not correct protocol, 11K. I'll take that as a roger.
Car 11 King en route.
I love that. That's not protocol. I'll be damned. It's so true. Cops would say that. Dispatch would say that. I like that little attention to detail.
Roy, in my office, if you please.
I'm working a major case. I'm not close, Cap. It's gonna have to wait.
Let Phelps do the interrogation.
But, Cap...
No buts. This is more important.
I love how oblivious Cole is. He thinks that they're letting him do the interrogation because, you know, he's such an amazing cop, when realistically, they're taking Roy into the office because they want to get more dirt on Cole. That's literally all it is.
Sheldon, is this your attorney?
No, Detective. This is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He came down here to help me out.
How do you do, sir?
Fun fact for those who don't know, Harlan Fontaine is played by the same voice actor who plays Micah in Red Dead Redemption 2. So just a little fun fact for you that it's the same actor.
You stole the morphine from the Coolidge.
You can't prove that.
Let's see if I can try. And what is your relationship to Sheldon, sir?
Tutor, mentor. Mr. Sheldon is a medical student of mine. He has a very bright future.
Oh, that's nice to know. Too bad all of your war buddies won't get to see your graduation.
I would have asked Beckett or Majewski or Driscoll about their involvement, but that's difficult, considering they're all dead. It leaves you, Sheldon.
You can't blame their deaths on me, Phelps.
This doctor is a super creep.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's played by, oh god, what's his name? Oh god, I can't remember his name right now. But like I said, he's played by the same guy who voices Micah in Red Dead Redemption 2. Peter Blomquist. That's it. Peter Blomquist is the guy who's playing Dr. Harlan Fontaine, or whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, Dr. Harlan Fontaine. It says right on the transcript here. He's well known in Rockstar Games for voicing multiple characters and stuff. But a lot of people hated him as Micah, and I mean, it's funny because people associate the voice actor with the character they play, which is interesting that people do that. It's really annoying, to be honest.
You can't tell Micah is the same actor at all.
Yeah, because okay, so he shaved for the role of Harlan Fontaine because he normally has a biker style mustache, handlebar mustache, but he shaved for the role of Harlan Fontaine because they had to scan his face, and having a doctor with a having a doctor in the 1940s with a handlebar mustache probably wouldn't look good. Oh Jesus, that's an interesting percentage. Some people did bad cop. I am gonna go with the accused, but I don't.
You're lying, Courtney. The other guys aren't smart enough to attempt something like this. You either give it up, or I go after Jack for it.
And how do you prove that, Cole?
I don't know. How do I prove that? Could be the Coolidge heist. Oh wait, no, hold on. The manifest. His name is on the manifest. I think. Let's go.
I like the Xbox Lie Truth Doubt better than the PlayStation Good Cop Bad Cop choices.
Oh wait, it's probably Beckett's confession. Because it literally says, tell Courtney, bad luck, it was worth a try. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try Beckett's confession. It's either Beckett's confession or the manifest. Because his name is also mentioned in the manifest. Courtney Sheldon's. But then this guy literally fingers Sheldon. So it's got to be this guy.
Jack isn't scared of you, Phelps. None of us were. We just followed your orders.
You were on the ship, Sheldon.
Yes, that's correct.
So you had opportunity.
But it doesn't mean that I was involved.
So you don't mind that the mob executed McGoldrick, Driscoll, and Beckett to get to you?
I don't know why you're trying to pin this on me. Where's your proof?
Okay, Beckett's confession is used for here then. So I screwed that up. So the manifest should have been for the first part, and Beckett's confession should be for here. Unless I'm fucking this up too. Because this would make more sense if they're bringing up Beckett right now.
Beckett had a message for you before he died. Bad luck. It was worth a try.
I feel bad about Beckett, Phelps. He was a hard charger. Those guys deserve more. I don't blame them for taking their shot.
Have you finished, Detective?
I'm just getting started. You have an answer for everything, Courtney. Let's hope Jack does, because now I'm going after him. Is there anyone you're not prepared to sacrifice?
Jack is not in this. He's a good guy.
You were Jack, Courtney. I don't care who goes to jail. I just want the morphine off the street.
What are you offering, Cole?
Don't be ridiculous, son. This man is gambling.
What's your offer?
Doctor, good to see you.
I'm conducting an investigation.
Upstairs in my office, now.
This man is about to confess.
As of now, you're suspended from duty, pending a fitness review.
What are you talking about?
You heard the man, Phelps. Upstairs and face the music like the hero you were. You certainly had us fooled, Detective. Phelps, you're one of my favorite sons. You've broken this old man's heart.
Sir, what is going on?
You're suspended, Phelps.
Like they would ever let the doctor into the interrogation room anyway.
Your wife's attorney has pictures of you and the German. Compromising pictures.
Well, normally no, but because the chief of police who barged in is best friends with Fontaine, Harlan Fontaine, he's letting everything slide. The whole point of this is the entire police force is corrupt. Like, Cole Phelps is the only one on that entire police force who is not corrupt. Like, the chief of police is corrupt and works for the mayor and is getting paid by the mayor to silence all this shit and all that kind of stuff. Harlan Fontaine is being paid by the mayor to keep silent about shit as well. They're all in this fucking group together. It's like this whole cult of people. And I believe all of them are working for the gentleman who lights the houses on fire in the arson cases. I can't remember his name. But the actor who plays Scarecrow in Batman Arkham Knight.
Pressing charges. You'll be formally charged with adultery. A criminal cannot serve as an LAPD officer, as I'm sure you're aware.
I don't understand.
How could you do it, lad? Your wife, your children, consorting with the enemy and a dope fiend at that. You're lucky the war is over. You'd be taken out and shot. The department doesn't need this kind of publicity, Phelps. Hand over the gun, keep your head down until your board hearing. I forbid you to make any comments to the press. What the hell were you thinking?
Marie, listen, Marie, I need to explain.
Please leave. You're upsetting the girls.
Let me see them, Marie. They're my daughters.
Go to her, Cole. You have done enough damage here. Do you want me to call the police?
For God's sake, Marie. Can't we at least talk?
What is there to talk about? Do you love her? Do you? What were you thinking? What about our children? Can you imagine what this has been like for them? Go away, Cole. My father has hired an attorney and you will be hearing from him.
I'd like to explain, Marie. I'd like to tell you what I've been going through.
What you've been going through. I have had reporters camped out on the front lawn all morning. I can't stand it, Cole.
Okay, so tomorrow we will start up the arson cases. I was gonna do one arson case today, but I'm already at the 3-hour mark, so I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll do the Gas Man, A Walk in Elysian Fields, and House of Sticks. And then the following day we'll do a Polite Invitation, Nicholson Electroplating, and A Different Kind of War. So thank you to everybody who tuned in today. It's greatly appreciated. If you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing. I cover PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, and VR games. If any of that interests you, please consider liking and subscribing. So thank you to Melon Slayer for tuning in today, David Banner, Sir Spankums, and of course Novus. It's always greatly appreciated. Again, if you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing. If you missed any of the previous live streams, simply go over to my YouTube channel, look up the previous... simply go over to... Let me repeat that. Simply go over to my YouTube channel, look up the playlist section, look up L.A. Noire in the playlist section. You'll find all the previous live streams in there. You'll also find a joint collaboration section. This is where I've worked with other YouTubers, and I've done work with them. You'll find their videos in that section. If you like what you see there, please consider liking and subscribing to those YouTubers as well. Anyway, that's it for me. Since we've finished with Deadpool the video game, I'm probably going to do either some Ghost of Tsushima tonight, or I'm going to start an entirely new game. I haven't really decided yet, but either way, I will be live streaming in a little bit. It's kind of up in the air what I will be... Thanks, buddy. So yeah, I will be live streaming again in a little bit. I don't know exactly what I will be live streaming. It could be anything. It could be Final Fantasy VII Remake. It could be Ghost of Tsushima. Or it could be like an entirely new game that I haven't live streamed yet. Either way, look for a live stream in about an hour or two's time. And thank you once again to everybody who tuned in and everybody watching after the fact. Always greatly appreciated. I will see you all soon at the Gamers Grotto. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.